Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on this channel to recap number 21 Arizona State beating number 14 BYU 28-23 reaction here. I couldn't believe when I watched that final about a minute. Arizona State gets interception, they almost take it for a pick six, they get tackled at like the 2 or 3. For some reason, Arizona State, they decide not to punch it in, they're just going backwards, just trying to run the timeout. And then last play, they throw it deep, and there's 1 second left, and the fans rush the field, tear down the goalpost, but there was 1 second left, so they had to put it back up the goalpost. And then there was a Hail Mary. BYU almost wins off the Hail Mary. I'm like, what? This was just a tale of two halves. Arizona State played better in the first half. BYU played better in the second half. Now they outscored them. Arizona State was up 21-3 at halftime. They played way better in the first half. Cam, what's his name? Skibbity, Ohio Sigma. Cameron Scadaboo, who's had a really underrated season. One of the more underrated running backs in college football. He was the reason I thought they won this game. 28 carries, 147 yards, 5.2 yards per carry, 3 touchdowns for Cam Skibbity. Ohio Sigma Riz Phantom takes Giot for the Rizzler. And you had another big game from Jordan Tyson, I thought. 9 catches, 125 yards, 2 big games from 2 of their top offensive players, and Cam Scadaboo and Jordan Tyson. Xavier Goulery, fuck this name. 61-yard touchdown, 1 catch, 61 yards and a touchdown. Metayer, 2 catches, 24 yards. Staval, 1 catch, 25 yards, and Cam Skibbity, 3 catches for 12 yards. So we had 159 total yards with 3 touchdowns. Sam Leavitt, who's had a very good season so far with this Arizona State team. He had a solid game. 16-25, 247 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. But Scadaboo, a.k.a. Skibbity, was really the reason they won this game. Their defense played well in the first half, kind of slacked in the second half. Though they gave up 20 points, got scored 20 to, they gave up 20 points in that second half. They outscored 20-7. The offense kind of stalled a little bit. BYU's defense played better, but it was just too little, too late. They got the football back, but they threw in an interception. Could have been a pick six. Just a wild scene, man. Tough loss for BYU. Arizona State could low-key make the playoffs because they lost one of their games with their starting quarterback. I think it's nonsense to suggest a 2-loss team, Arizona State team, who lost one of those games, they didn't have their starting quarterback and leave it, would not make the playoffs the Big 12 champion, because I think they could win the Big 12 championship. I think they might be the best team, because Colorado loses. I think they're the best team in the Big 12 right now. They've peaked at the right time. They've got hot. And with today's win, they now have a better chance to make the Big 12 championship game. But firstly, they must beat Arizona. And secondly, Iowa State must win one of its final 2 games and lose the other. So, but yeah, just lots of credit, man. Like he's done a really good job. Their coach, Kenny Dillingham, has done such a good job with his team. I don't think many people would have picked him to be 9-2 at this point, ranked, and they could possibly be near the top 15 in the next rankings. But Arizona State improves to 9-2. They really had that big second quarter that really had BYU having to play catch-up. And they didn't score until 25 seconds left in the first half. Because Skibbity had 3 first-half touchdowns. Skibbity, Ohio Sigma Riz. And then Caleb Marion ran a touchdown. Then it was even 28-9. So they scored that touchdown in the third quarter, that 61-yard pass, just right after BYU scored a touchdown, took the momentum back. And then a touchdown from JoJo Phillips. And then Keelan Marion with another touchdown. Tried to go for that 2-pointer, didn't get it, and ended up being your last score of the game. And BYU drops to 9-2. Arizona State proves to 9-2. I anticipate they'll jump them in the rankings, next college football playoff ranking. So Arizona State, their win over BYU, and then Kansas' win over Colorado means they control their own destiny. Like if they beat Arizona, they'll be in the Big 12 championship game. So, I mean, who would have expected before this season that Arizona State would possibly be playing in the Big 12 championship game? Like, insane. And just an insane ending. And BYU caught the freaking Hail Mary 3 yards short, and then they stormed the field again. Yeah, Jake Retzloff, we'll talk about him now here. 22 of 38, 297 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. He played poorly in the first half. He played better in the second half, but he had that interception that pretty much cost him the game. He almost had a Hail Mary that could have made up for it, but running the ball, L.J. Martin, 9 runs, 42 yards. Marion, 5 runs, 30 yards, 2 touchdowns. Receiving, Lassiter, 5 catches, 103. Chase Roberts, 5 catches, 59 yards. Phillips, 2 catches, 37 yards, a touchdown. Kingston, 2 catches, 27 yards. Marion, 4 catches, 36 yards. And Rapati, 26 yards. None of these teams left any points on the board. Kicks. And 28-23 ended up being your final. Just a tough loss for BYU. They got behind, and they were pretty much playing catch-up the whole second half. It looked good for BYU, you know, through those 9 games. But now they've lost 2 in a row. I guess they maybe weren't really all that good. They just kind of had the weak schedule. I mean, they played hard in that second half. Like, they come up short, but, like, their defense, it was better in the second half. Like, in the first half, yes, but the second half, it was better, and the offense was kind of a reason as well. And they still have a path to get to that title game, but I don't know. But you had to play more than 1.5 quarters of football to win a game. You got to play 4 good quarters to win a football game. Like Retzloff, he makes some great plays, but he always has 2 to 3 awful passes per game. Missed a couple big throws today too, and had that interception. It's just BYU's headed so far up its own asses. Not even these last few weeks. Man, I have spent the goal line with 10 minutes to go. Like, you gotta hurry up. 3 yards short of a win. Like, you're disappointed in this loss, because, you know, like, oh yeah, you fought hard in the second half, but, like, I don't see how you can still be positive after you lose this game. I mean, at least they fought in the second half, but that pretty much ruins their shot at making the playoffs. But yeah, 28-23, fun game, insane ending. But yeah, Arizona State wins. That's really all I have to say here. Next time I'm out. Peace.